honestly, can you hear me? Hindi masyado nag-echo. So thank you for that very generous introduction. Like I always say, I don't feel that much comfortable whenever I'm being introduced as a speaker. But because you know guys, even if other people will already consider you an expert, for an example, on a certain field or at certain fields for that matter, you always have to cultivate what is called the beginner's mind. Okay? Even if you already have significant experiences, for example, in campus journalism, or you are considered to be an award-winning creative writer, because I know there might be some of you here who have gained or garnered those awards when you were in high school. Am I right? May mga nananalo na ba dito dati sa mga press con, sa mga writing competitions? Can you raise your hands, please? Proudly. Who are the writers here? Since your younger years, prior to this day? Kukunti lang? Taas ang kamay! Okay? Alright. So, I expected more. But anyway, it's good. It's good that there are a lot of participants today. So may I ask, okay, before we formally proceed to what the business of this day is all about, sino dito yung mga napilitan lang? Come on, I'm your guidance counselor. You can tell me anything. Ako bahala sa inyo. Walang lalabas dito. Sino yung mga pinilit dito? No, it's okay. You have to raise your hands. I have to see the exact numbers. Oh my God. Ang dami yung napilitan. Ang dami yung napilitan. Kaya pala, as soon as I entered this room, there's this, of course, I'm your guidance counselor. I am a psychology major. I can sense the mood of our room as soon as I enter. Kaya pala ganun yung mood, na parang alam mo yung may confusion sa atmosphere. Anong ginagawa ko dito? Ba't ako nandito ngayon? Kung mamamatay ka ba bukas, di ba? Pagsisisihan mo ba na may ginawa ka today na napilitan ka na? Right? Right? Okay. But anyway, I kind of expected that already na maraming napilitan. As with a lot of things in life, you know. So, I would assume then, my dear students, that not all of you are writers. Baka na first time nyo ngayon magsulat. So, basically, what I am gonna do today is to teach literal na beginners sa pagsusulat. Wow, that is a challenge for me. Now that is a real challenge, and thank God, I love challenges. I may not be able to convince every single one of you beginners to want to write, okay? But I believe that there's gonna be some form of value that I can invite in you. So, hindi man kayo magsusulat paglabas dito today, at least you will learn something. Because you know guys, writing is life. Life is writing. Even if hindi ka nagsusulat talaga, you don't journal, you don't write in a diary, you don't publish stories in Wattpad, you don't, rant on Facebook. Siguro nga, no? Siguro you are still writers, pero sa Facebook, sa Twitter, diba? You are rant. You know what rant means? Yes. Rant writers. O sino mga rant writers dito? Lahat kayo. Because at one point in your life, nag-post na kayo. Right? Nag-post na kayo ng something that is emotionally charged. So all of you right now are members of the social media world. Meron pa ditong walang social media account? Meron ba? Wala. So lahat kayo, are you all on Facebook? Who have Twitter accounts? Okay. Instagram accounts? Okay. Bakit may mga hindi ka nagtataas ng kamay? Anong panahon ko kayo? Panahon ko kayo galing? Millennials ba kayo? iGems ba kayo? Anyway. Okay, so why are we here? So nabasa kanina yung rationale, which is we're currently dealing with fake news. Ano ba fake news? Yung nakita mo lang, natuwa ka, share mo agad. Wala nang tanong-tanong kung totoo ba yun. Wala nang analysis kung, edited eh. So, ba't mo questionin yung ibang magpo-post na edited? Right? So, the thing is, the proliferation of fake news, my dear students, is because we are no longer being critical. It's not that hindi tayo critical thinkers. Of course, we are critical thinkers. Why else would you judge other people? Why else would you judge yourself if you are not a critical thinker? But the thing is, we are not applying the same critical thinking skills when it comes to the information that we consume. Because students, we do not just consume food. There are students here from the medical colleges of Northern Philippines. Okay? We are not simply being nourished by food that we eat through our mouths. We are also being nourished by the information, by the knowledge that comes through our senses, from our eyes, from our ears. Okay? So therefore, if we are not critical of the information that we let into our brains, the same thing happens when we are not critical of the food that we eat. Alright? So what happens? May brain rot ba na nagaganap now? In fact, yes. There's already evidence in neuroscience, in brain science, that proves that information, okay, especially information that are very negative, that makes a person cynical. Pag sinabi mong cynical, wala ka nang pinapaniwalaan. Lahat na pinagdududahan mo na. That is the effect of fake news. That is the effect of information that we do not critically analyze or curate na tinatawag. Pardon me if I use certain terminologies, but don't worry, for the sake of others who are not familiar with certain terminologies that I use, i-explain ko naman what they mean. So for example, curate. Okay, who among you here is familiar with the term curation or to curate? C-U-R-A-T-E. Anyone? Nobody is familiar with the term? Okay, so curate means you have to be critical and choose which information or knowledge you let into your brain. In fact, nag-curate nga kayo minsan pag nagre-review kayo ng exam eh. May mga hindi pumapasok, di ba? That is already not the brain's natural way of curating. There are information that your brain is resisting. But we try to do it in a conscious way. Alright? We try to do it in a conscious way. Why? Why should we do it in a conscious way? Of course, because real lives, including your own lives, are being destroyed. And the worst thing is, you're not even aware of it. Kayo ba? Excited pa kayo sa future nyo? Yes. Like, 30% lang yung nag-yes. The 70% in the room are, hindi ko naisip yun. Ma'am, nabubuhay lang ako everyday eh. Kung ano yung ngayon, ngayon, hindi ko naisip yung future. But, if there is the right time to think about your future and whether we should be excited or worried about it, it is now. So, again, nakikita nyo ba ang magandang future para sa sarili nyo? Yes. Good. Because otherwise, okay, if we lose that capacity to think of a good future for ourselves, okay, yung mga nangyayari sa society natin ngayon, it will destroy our ability to dream. And when you, my dear young people, when your ability to dream, when your ability to think of a good future is destroyed, ano na mangyayari? 10 years from now. Diba? Ngayon pa lang eh. Actually, I am in awe sa inyo. Kasi ako, I am a millennial eh. Kayo, hindi na kayo considered millennial actually. Technically, you are iGeners or Gen Zs. Okay. Sino dito yung mga nag-attend sa Leadership Summit where Father Ferdinand gave a lecture? Meron ba sa Leadership Summit? Okay, for the sake of those who did not attend, who were not participants, kayong mga iGeners kasi, okay, kayong mga iGeners, you tend to be more optimistic compared sa amin na mga naunang generations. We, millennials, we literally feel the negativity around us, sa nangyayari sa society. Sobrang affected kami sa corruption, sobrang affected kami sa injustice, sobrang affected kami sa mga turmoil or changes na nagaganap, hindi lang sa government, kundi sa society in general. Kayong mga iGeners, kayong mga Gen Zs, okay, you kind of have this resilience na tinatawag. Na you are not that too sensitive, hindi kayo masyadong nagre-react. Okay, hindi kayo masyadong nagre-react sa mga nangyayari. Kung nagmura si Duterte, tatawa lang kayo. Okay? Kasi parang yun na yung nakagisnan nyo na normal. Right? Normal na yan, nagkaroon talaga tayo ng presidente na nagmumura. Nagkaroon tayo ng opisyal sa gobyerno in the name of Mocha Uson. Na kung si Mocha Uson pwede pala, edi pwede rin ako. Diba? Ganun na yung nakagisnan nyo kasi. So parang joke lang. Minsan parang joke lang ang life. Hindi ko naman sinasabi in a negative way that for your generation parang joke lang ang buhay ngayon. But what I mean to say is you're not that much affected. And there's of course, there's a positive side to that, which is you are more equipped. Meaning you are energetically, I should say, you are energetically well-preserved. Meaning may energy kayo kasi hindi kayo masyadong nag-e-emote dahil sa nangyayari sa paligid. Which means to say you have energy reserves to solve critical problems. But on the other hand naman is insensitivity. Tanong ko nga, aware ba kayo sa mga balita ngayon? Aware ba kayo sa nangyayari sa Baguio ngayon? Good. Anong meron sa Baguio ngayon? Bawal magmura. So, bawal si Presidente doon, bawal din ako doon. Okay? So, bawal din ako doon. Makukulong ako sa Baguio. Anyway, so, as students, and right now, as would-be student writers, and would-be student journalists, you actually have the power to change society through your writing. Actually, there's no one considered to be an expert writer. I don't believe in the term expert writer. Because you know what? The expert writers that we consider will tell us that they are only as good as the last piece of writing that they wrote. And I can attest to that. Just because I already won awards because of my writing, from the national level, regional level, and all that, I still don't think that I am an expert writer. Because if you have written something today na nakagarner ng awards, let me tell you, kung ano isusulat mo bukas o next week, maaaring wala lang. Parang Facebook post mo lang, ang daming likes mong post mo ngayon, pero next week, magpo-post ka, walang magla-like. Do you get my point? So let me tell you this, especially sa mga student journalists na nandito na ini-aim nyo talagang manalo sa press con. Let me tell you now, don't aim for those awards. You just go there because you love to write. You just go there because you want to write. You just go there because you have something to say. Mema ka. Punta ka lang doon kasi mema ka, may masabi ka. Okay? Hindi dahil pupunta ka doon kasi gusto mong manalo. Because that is ridiculous. Wala naman sa kamay mo nakasalalay ang pagkapanalo. Parang sa board exam. Kahit naman itatak mo sa utak mo, may papasa ko to. Wala pa rin, hindi pa rin guarantee yun. The same thing with writing. So, before I discuss to you news writing, nangyari dito. I want to show you videos, okay? The first one would be about campus journalism. So it's only fitting that I prepared this video kasi nga karami dito ang hindi talaga student journalists, right? So ano nga ba? Ano ang campus journalism? What is journalism in general? So ano nga ba yung point na pinaggagawa natin dito ngayon na nakaupo? So anong point ng presence nyo dito ngayon? So we will learn. Actually, my dear students, whether you are a writer or not, okay, I would suggest that starting this moment, you learn how to take notes. Okay, you learn to take notes. You don't have to write verbatim whatever it is that I'm saying or whatever are the things will be presented to you. Just select. Just try to select which ones are important to write.